Hey guys, I'm getting the chat set up so I can see the chat. Chat. Happy Saturday. So, original recording date is November 17th, 2018. I hope everyone has been okay, doing well. Can you hear the bathroom through the wall? I don't know if you guys can hear it. So, live chat's coming up here. And it's been a long time since I have done a live feed. So thanks, guys, for joining me. Yes, Rain, I am doing just questions, not full readings. I will be taking questions. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. If you have a question, please fire away. Hey, Mallory. Hi. Oh my gosh. Seuss, I'm gonna call you Seuss, and Shana. Oh goodness, your mother gave you a difficult spelling. Yeah, Mallory, I saw your comment on Torres video. That was crazy. I was like, well, this is super specific. This is definitely not gonna resonate with everybody. But if that's the message I got, that's the message I had to give. So, you know, that's the thing about general energy, right? What are you going to do? You get a message, you run with it. Hopefully you were able to relate something about there. You know, I felt like that reading was really about, you know, having to make difficult choices between what you thought you should do and what your heart was telling you should do. It felt like Taurus was deciding to go the traditional path, which is such a Taurian thing to do, to choose tradition over what the heart desired, or, you know, chose what they felt society says that they should do. It was rough. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're laughing, Shane. Oh my God, please put it phonetically in the chat so I can say your name right. It was, so Mallory says, it was crazy, LOL. It's something similar to something I'm going through. See, there we go. You could relate. So there you go. All right. So Rain, Kay, can I know what my passed away grandparents want me to know? I'm not doing mediumship right now, but I can give you advice on finding that. So a lot of people want to know if their loved ones are watching them or watching over them. And the answer is yes. They are definitely checking in on you. The thing is while their personality is going to remain the same, and they're going to, you know, communicate through a medium the same way, you know, like perhaps say certain words. I'm not saying your grandparents cussed. I'm just saying, you know, if someone who's crossed over, you know, had a very colorful vocabulary, that will come through. If they have certain sayings, they would say that kind of information comes through. But they see things differently. While their personality remains very much to who they are, they see things differently. Forgiveness is one thing. Like, everyone wants to know, well, did they forgive me? Well, yes. No matter what has happened, you know, that true acceptance, that true love, that without condition, that is what they finally realize on the other side. And actually, I feel like realize is the wrong word. It's remember. Because before we come into our bodies, you know, we forget because we have to have that human experience. But on the other side, when we're released, there's complete love without judgment there. Now, some people still judge, but that's part of their personality. But overall, it's that true love. So what I would recommend is that you ask for a sign. Like a lot of people say, you know, I find dimes from heaven, pennies from heaven. When my grandmother passed away, I asked her for something very specific. I asked her for quarters. I told her, I said, I want quarters from you because then I know it's really you. Because she hung around us for a long time, and she would bring me quarters. I would find them. I would find them in the street. I would find them in my laundry. I would find them in front of the door to my home. It was just, that's, you know, how it works. So Rain, I would recommend that you speak to your grandparents and you ask for something very specific find. Maybe something that's sentimental to you. I don't know. I don't know why I'm seeing a marble, but you know, and that was because that was another sign for me. My grandmother would she gave me marbles when I was a kid, and she was a school teacher, and she would take them away from her students for playing with them in class, and because marbles were still a thing. I'm not so old that jacks were a thing, but marbles were still a thing, and she would give me marbles. Oh, another baby. Okay. Let's see what the cards say. I know what I want to say, but let's see what the cards say. Shania. Like Shania Twain. Now I got the song in my head. All right, baby for Shania. Child in the next year, child in the next year. My chair's making me a little bit crazy right now. I'm trying to get it fixed. Can I get a jumper, please, for Shania? Oh, do twins run in your family? Cause damn. So for me, this card specifically, whether it's reversed or not, this is about reflecting. It's just with this deck because the Four of Pentacles are about need for stability. So, you know, the delay on your pregnancy could be that you need to, there needs to be some sort of stability within your relationship, within your finances. I mean, we can't ever really afford kids. They break us. But it's like you're in the present, seeing the future, in the present, dreaming, wishing, hoping. And this is the thing is they're in a shadow, it seems like, in the present. And here they stand out a lot more clearly. So I don't feel like it's like you're going to be knocked up right away. It's more of the timing has to be right. Of course, we all know that anyway, but the twins thing here kind of it feels like two. So how many kids do you already have? Do you already have two? Because I have to ask that. I'm wondering, but it feels very twinsy. Yes, twins do run in your family. Well, good luck with that, sister. Enjoy sleep while you can. No logs at all. I have a feeling that was supposed to be kids. So either twins or two kids are coming. I mean, it happens all the time. They're called Irish twins. And that means that they're under 18 months apart or around, yeah, it's usually around 15 months apart. Blah, blah. Hi, blah, blah. All right. Paloma. What does my ex feel about me romantically? Will there ever be a reconciliation? That's the thing about timing. You know, I'm getting that the timing isn't right. I'm seeing my sign that the timing isn't right. Yeah. It feels like there's a very structured timing around this. That you guys are not meant to be together right now. And of course, this is the thing, is that I don't feel like it's set in stone if it's going to happen again. I do feel like you're going to come back into each other's lives, but I don't feel like I feel like you're going to be with somebody else when he comes back into your life. I don't know that he's going to be the person that you spend forever with. But it does feel like you guys have a soul contract for this lifetime. Well, obviously you have a soul contract for this lifetime if you came into each other's lives. And it's very, well, I mean, straight up educational. It's a very, let me give it a face to focus on. It's very, you really had hard lessons to learn from each other that are going to make your future relationships better because you learned all the hard stuff from this person. So I would be grateful to his soul. I would thank his higher self, and I would do it quite frequently. In fact, like maybe set up a regimen where you're saying, you know, thank you for the lessons that you have taught me with our past relationship. And you're saying this to his higher self, to his soul. So obviously you don't have to say it to him, but perhaps every night before you go to bed for a couple weeks, maybe even longer, until you feel better about this. But it's about, I acknowledge that our time came together. We came together for a short amount of time. I'm grateful for the lessons I learned during that time. And I release any and all anger, sadness, and anxiety that is remaining with our lesson. So once you release that energy, you're allowing yourself to kind of reset and reopen and reprogram your current vibe by letting all of that go, so that you can, raise your vibration and meet somebody who is worthy of your vibration. Oh, poor Mallory. Mallory, if you stress out about having a baby, that makes things take longer. I just received another sign. There is a divine timing for this. You did create a soul contract with whatever child or children you're going to have, and they are going to come into your life when the time is right. And I know that I know that this is a process, and I know that it's something we don't want to wait for, but you just gotta wait. Just have to wait. You just have to wait and let it happen. I saw, you don't want to know what I saw, but the sign is just letting it happen. It will happen when it's supposed to. Am I being, Stella, I don't really understand that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to do that. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining. I'm going to scroll back up here real quick. Yes, Bella, you can ask a question. I'm just doing questions. All these babies. Will I get into a relationship with Kyle or Colin in December 2018? Or will it be neither of them? Blah, blah. Okay. Whoa. Okay. If we're just looking at these top two cards here, I don't know if one of them happens to be an air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius. No. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But with this Ace of Wands being reversed, you will not be getting into a relationship with them. Yeah, it's so this guy here, whichever one's kind of your straight talker guy, your one that just kind of says shit, you're just like, he just blurts shit out, it just comes out, and it might be funny or whatever. But yeah, he's just not ready for a relationship, whichever one that is. Sorry. Sorry. It just doesn't feel like I hate being the bearer of bad news. I'm just going to say that. I hate being the bearer of bad news. But honestly, it's not coming from me. I'm just the one saying it. But it's not coming out my, it's coming out of my mouth. It's not coming out of my brain. I'm hearing Christmas is a bad time. Christmas is a bad time. Whatever that means. Christmas is a bad time. So it doesn't feel like anything's going to be happening around shit. You really want to know. It doesn't feel like anything's really going to be happening around Christmas, but I do feel like after Christmas, even around New Year's, I don't know, because I literally saw the ball, the ball drop. I saw a New Year party. I feel like you'll have something. I do feel like you're definitely going to be kissing somebody at midnight. Seuss, hello there. Thank you for your time. You're welcome. Thank you so much for saying that. I'd like to ask if I should let my Pisces Aries. I don't know what TF is. I'm sorry. Someone's going to have to tell me what TF means. If I should let my TF Pisces Aries cusp like me about certain signs and dreams I've received about him and us being married. Okay. So what I'm seeing is you manifesting in your dreams. This is a desire you want. And when I say that, I have to say be careful what you wish for. All right. When you are manifesting something you want, because it feels like a dream where you're manifesting your desire to be with this person in your dream, you really need to be specific with the universe. So if this is something you're really wanting, which just so you know, I mean, yeah, I'm married, but I just think, I know that the Christians call it living in sin, but I think if you're happy, you shouldn't get married. You should just be with a person. I'm ready for the tradition of marriage to be over, because I think I could have been just as happy without being married, without that piece of paper. I think love is love, and that you don't need pieces of paper, but that's my opinion. Okay? You don't have to believe in it. I'm all live in sin. But I wouldn't discuss it with them, because you'll scare the shit out of them. Oh, is that supposed to be initials? Will ML be in contact? Will M be in contact? His initials are M. Oh, yeah. Then I read down further, and there's the answer. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, blah, blah. There's a Gemini. Well, the Gemini just isn't ready for a relationship. It doesn't feel like he's grown up enough for a relationship, blah, blah. Emotionally. And that's just the path he's on right now. Okay? He's got some shit he has to take care of. He has to grow up and learn. He has lessons to learn and all that before he can truly commit to something like that. Commit to a healthy relationship. Stella, I don't feel like it. I'm sorry. I don't feel like I need to pull a card. My channel, Eddie, is saying he won't be in contact soon at all. Like, so Eddie literally showed me, Eddie's my, is a entity I channel. He literally showed me like ML in like another country, like totally far away from you. Now he may not physically be there, but it feels like emotionally and mentally that ML is just in a completely different place than you are in right now. So I'm feeling a trend here, and this is what happens is that like energy is being attracted to where there just feels like there's everyone here is not really meeting people that are ready to be in committed relationships. And it happens, and it's okay. You know, deep breath, ground yourself, and value yourself. Value your, you know, respect yourself. And that energy that you create, that self-respect energy you create, will bring a person who is ready for a relationship and who will respect you into your life. Hey, Paige, thank you so much. Howdy. I love that. Howdy. She says, howdy, Jennifer. Kelly, if you'd like a card, please, you know, give me a question. Paige, give me a question, please. When there's a lot of people in live chat, I know some people can do this, but I have not really met a psychic or a medium. Well, mediums, talking to dead people is different, but I have not met anyone who can do psychic work and just connect to one person in chat with when there isn't a specific question. It's the energy is there's like so much energy flowing around. So definitely please specific questions so I can focus just on your name and that question. That's why you hear me say your name over and over. Seuss. I was saying, should I let him know? No, don't let him know. Twin flames, Seuss. I don't believe in twin flames. I think twin flames is complete and utter bullshit. I think sacrificing yourself and waiting and being in torment until the person comes around and decides they love you is complete bullshit. You should never sacrifice yourself for anybody. I feel very strongly about this. You should not be in pain. You should not allow yourself to be in pain because you're waiting for someone else to fall in love with you. If somebody's causing you heartache and pain, they're not right for you. You deserve better. Please respect yourself. Please honor yourself, love yourself, and take care of yourself, and don't put up with that bullshit. And yeah, obviously I feel strongly about it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Twin flames is bullshit. I'm all angry right now. It's what I believe. I think it's bullshit. No, I mean, Hollywood has portrayed the woman waiting around for the man, and that's complete. It's crap. We should never have to wait around for a man. Never, never, ever, ever. Be the strong woman you are. Beatrice. Everyone has love questions. Dooby-dooby-doo. I know it's easier said than done, but when you're not in a relationship, loving yourself and honoring yourself is the most important thing you can do, because you are setting the energy that is around you. You know, you attract your vibe attracts your tribe kind of thing. You're setting that energy around you to attract what you deserve. So if you don't feel like you're happy, if you feel lonely, then you attract other unhappy, lonely people. But if you are happy with who you are, and you can change this with affirmations. Affirmations are basically spells. And I appreciate my life. I am grateful for what I have. Just say those words out loud. Say them right now. Everybody in chat, say it wherever you are. Say, I appreciate my life. I am grateful for what I have. And you will literally feel your energy change in this moment. So saying those affirmations, doing the high vibration spell work on your own self, on your own energy. I deserve happiness and I am happy. I deserve the best because I'm worth it. You're changing your energy to attract and bring in people who think you deserve it, who think you are worth it, and who are happy as well. Kelly, 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 Kelly. Love life questions. Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. More specific, Kelly. So, Beatrice, 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 Beatrice. Is her interest, the guy she's interested in her as well. Beatrice, Beatrice, Beatrice. That's the one. So he came out reversed. Literally, the knave of chalices is just like, is about manipulation. So to me, that just means that this is not a person of a high enough vibration for you and that you deserve better. Stella completely agrees. Yay, because I went off on a little tangent, Stella. I ain't even Stella. No, sorry. I ain't gonna lie. I know I went off on a tangent, but it's how I feel. Be a strong woman. Jemiah Johnson, I will tell you, if you feel as though that somebody is cheating on you, you need to go with your gut. I won't answer cheating questions. I think you should just go with your gut. If you're in a situation where you can't trust somebody, then that means something's wrong. So you then need to identify, is my lack of trust an issue I need to work on? Is that an energy I need to release? Do I need to work with a Reiki practitioner, a Shambhala practitioner, a spiritual response therapist? Do I need to work with a regular therapist, a Muggle therapist, to sort out this energy? Or is this non-trust, is that energy coming from this other person? So you need to ground yourself, put your aura out, do a little meditation and figure out, am I feeling my lack of trust? Is that my issue? Or is this lack of trust coming from the other person? I'm sorry, but I won't answer those questions. Because I ain't having no crazy man cyber stalking me. Angel Moon. Okay, Heather Lynn. I don't need to know your sign, but that's cool. Virgos. Virgos. You guys had a really good reading this time, too. I can't remember exactly what it was. My blank is why outwork does not manage to make me feel good. Okay, I generally love this job for the moment, but with my business mindset, they think my critiques are criticism. So, okay, Heather, I'm going to be honest, straight talk you. Virgos can come off very critical. It's not that you mean to. It's because Virgos think in such a specific, organized manner, fashion. Virgos have such a concept of their ideal way of perfection and how things should be, like, okay, now is this halfway in between the line? Is it perfect? And I don't know the sign of the person you're working with, because this knowing their sign, I would find out what their sign is. Do some research on their sign and figure out the best way to communicate your critiques, and not to manipulate the situation, but so that you can speak their language. I was shown this book, The Seven Languages of Love. It's about speaking their language so they understand where you're coming from. Again, it's not that Virgos are criticizing, it's just because you guys have such an ideal way of how things should be, that it can be perceived as criticism. And I don't feel like you're doing that. You say you're not doing it. I feel that energy of like you're upset, like you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So figure out how to communicate with your coworker in their language, their language of communication, because we all have different ways we communicate in our language of communication. Perhaps sit them down and tell them, I'm not criticizing you. I just have such a passion for this project, for this. Oh man, Lucy is mad at something for this specific whatever the situation is. And I just want to help. I just want to give it up my all, because Virgos give it, you guys give it your all. You're in. You really want to help and help things be better. You're very good leaders. And, other people can be jealous about that too. So learning how this other person communicates, and Heather, thank you for thanking me for my time. Love it. I would just, that's what I recommend. Find out what their sign is. Just ask them, so when's your birthday? Find out about their sign. Just read a couple of things on them. I have a shit ton of books because I can't remember all of that. and just learn how to communicate with them in their language. And I really feel like things will be cleared up. Angel Moon. Angel Moon, Angel Moon, Angel Moon. Love, 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 love. And you heard me talk about loving yourself first to bring in that vibration of the kind of person you want, to love you. Okay, so you need to change your perspective here, because the Six of Swords being reversed is really about not being able to go anywhere. So it feels like I would definitely recommend doing some cleansing rituals. Let me scroll down. As soon as you hear this, tell me if you're earth, air, water. You don't have to tell me your specific sign, but if you're earth, air, water, fire, and I can recommend a specific cleansing ritual for you, but cleansing your energy and then replenishing it with your higher self energy. Check out my playlists, the how-to playlist, and learn how to run your own energy, which is, filling yourself up with your higher self energy, the energy that is the most sustainable and of the highest and greatest value for you. And then I would, I'm seeing a vision board. So 3 pieces of paper, writing out everything you want. A second piece of paper, writing out everything you don't want. Third piece of paper, writing what other people want. Because that's the thing about manifesting. You have to be very specific. I don't want to lose my place in chat, so let me open my phone. You have to be very specific with the universe about what you want. Oh my God, all these live things. She's a Virgo too. Oh, Heather, honey. So you had 2 people that like to be in charge, wanting to be in charge. You might need to change departments. But I would definitely recommend speaking to her the way you would want to be spoken to. And Virgos, this is the thing, is although you guys can be perceived as critical, you also take things critically. So just keep in mind that, try and get in her shoes, in her mind, and just talk to her and just use words like, Well, have you thought about this or have you tried this? Okay, so Angel, I'm waiting for Angel Moon to tell me. Oh, Angel, honey, just call Manuel or text him. Be brave. Be a strong woman, girl. Be a strong woman. Oh, you're welcome, Heather. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Okay, so Queen Blue Lagoon's giving advice in the chat. Honey, run your own live feed. Beatrice, I want to know how AAW feels about me and if we're good together. That feels like your own self-doubt could sabotage the situation. So it feels like you need to be working on your own self-doubt and working on your self-love and doing affirmations, of course, on appreciating yourself, loving yourself, and so forth. So, Saja, as far as in getting married, I don't feel like it'd be responsible of me to answer that question. I feel like there's a lot of free will that plays into this. And I'm also seeing that other learning situations need to play out through this. Some of them yours, life lesson learning situations, and some of them A's. Alicia, that's funny. She says, sorry, it's a love question. So this is the thing about guys. If guys are really easy to figure out. If they want to be with you, they'll be with you. If they don't want to be with you, they don't. And I know we want to think that there's something a little bit more I don't know, like they're harder to read, but they're not. We want them to be romantically mysterious, but guys aren't very mysterious. They just look that way. Yep, setting intentions, correct page. Thank you. Okay, Beatrice, she says, I love myself, but I want to know if he's right for me. If you're asking that question, then I think you have your answer. Because you wouldn't be asking that question if you were 100% convinced on that. Beatrice, it does feel like you are a meditator. Because I saw my symbol for meditation. I do feel like you can channel. You're like super, are you an empath, Beatrice? Oh, Donald Trump, you came by my channel. I so didn't vote for you, and I so hope you get impeached. Sorry, just removing that. Okay, so Olivia, I have been trying to get over my ex for a year, but it's back and forth effort, trying my best to cut the cord. How can I be successful? Mm, Olivia, this is hard. When you have a love like this that's so deep that it carries on for a year where you're trying to get over someone, this definitely has past life connection written all over it, where you guys have been involved in, relationships in the past life for sure. I am totally going to recommend Beverly Friend, your sacred blueprint.com. She is an SRT, spiritual response therapist. It's work done with her guides um, and pendulums. And she will help you work out through the work your energy, change your energy, help close past life connections with this love, help close any energy that isn't serving you currently for past life or now. I would definitely work with a spiritual response therapist for that. That because this feels like something that if it's going to last this long, you're going to need a few sessions to work with this. Beatrice, I want you to do. I'm reading another one of what you said here, how you love yourself, and that's why if he's not the right one for me, I'll move on. A relationship has not fully matured, which is why I have doubts. It, I feel like you're kind of holding yourself back a little bit. I literally just saw an episode of Charmed where Paige breaks off a relationship with the guy because she doesn't want to completely open up to him. And then at the end of the episode, she realizes what she's done. It's like, no, I need to stop doing that to myself. But I feel like if you meditate, you can really, I feel like, I feel like it's going to help you. Like you're going to be able to see things. I just feel like you're very intuitive. Yeah, right there. I don't know if I could count myself as an empath, but I feel quite intuitive. So I think you need to separate. I'm actually wondering if you're feeling his insecurities. So you need to meditate and separate the two energies and have your guides tell you, give you more advice on this. I feel like this answer is totally within you. Gosh, Beatrice, honestly, I feel like you're very like I I feel like you're leveling up right now, and that doing the meditations on these things and learning how to separate your emotions from others' emotions, how to like take the two energies, separate them, and just really filter out what's your energy, what's somebody else's energy. I feel like this is kind of a lesson for you. This specific thing. So Elizabeth, I do talk to people's guides. Most of the time, I would say 99.9% of the time that I have a guide come to me, somebody else's guide, is because their person, their charge isn't listening to them. And like I have a really good friend who one day I go over to her house. She is a gifted psychic medium as well. And I walk in and her guide just started tattletelling on her. And I looked at my friend and I was like, I don't want to say her name or her guy's name, says, you haven't been blah, 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 blah. And she's like, thanks, tells her guide, thanks. Thanks for ratting me out. This is the thing, is your guides are talking to you all the time. And if your guide's going to come to me and tell me something, it's because you're being extremely stubborn or hard-headed. If I don't want to ask your guides. I'm going to be honest, Beatrice. I don't want to ask. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I don't want to ask your guides. I want you to ask your guides, because you learning to communicate with them and speak with them, it's like, why give you a fish when I could teach you how to fish? So please check out my how-to videos to run your own energy, because protecting yourself, grounding yourself, protecting yourself with your aura bubble, running your own energy, and meditating during this process is when your guides will come to you. And you will feel their high vibration and just give them permission, because you have to give your guides permission to speak to you and ask them to come in and ask them to guide you. Hey, Champagne. I have not watched the new Charmed. Girl, I don't know. I just can't. I mean, there's some classics you don't mess with, and Charmed to me is one of them. I just can't do it. I do like the new Sabrina though on Netflix. I like that. Didn't ever watch the other one though, so maybe that's why I can be down with that. Yeah, Olivia, perfect. Okay, not knowing which direction to go. So I actually just saw a pendulum, but what I saw was a crystal one. I didn't see my wood one. And I was given the vision of the pendulum moving. But what I specifically saw was you writing, there was 2 pieces of paper, and you had one direction or one thing you wanted on one piece of paper, one thing on the other, and that you took your pendulum and asked your pendulum, and your pendulum, you asked it to swing over the, say you're picking through 2 jobs, so that you don't know which direction to go. And you asked it to please point in the correct direction, and it did. Okay. Tango, tango. Sabrina is the bomb. She is the bomb. I know, I'm kind of excited about season 2. I want to see her come back from the dark side and kick some ass with the light side. I'm just going to say, I'm hoping she will. All right, so Tango, Tango, Pisces, 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 wondering about love. Oh my gosh. So the Pisces that's showing on my laptop, and the fish that's showing on my laptop are the cutest goldfish, and then the ones in chat are like, I don't know, blue and yellow. All right, no. Don't scroll. Which one of them did you used to be in a relationship? Oh, okay. So the Aquarius, Aries, or someone new. Well, this is regaining a past relationship. That's what the 8 of Chalices in reverse means. Like literally like the little white book meaning. All right, can we have a fire sign card for Aries or an air sign card for Aquarius? And it's a pentacle. So to me, whatever relationship you've felt the most grounded in, That's the relationship that's worth regaining. The person you felt just the most relaxed with. Beatrice, yes, I feel like it's a lesson too. I'm in a relationship with him right now and it's still fresh. He told me he's sure that he loves me and I love him too, but I still can't tell if he's it yet. Well, then you're not in love with him or you're lying to yourself about loving him. But I think that because even when I try and tap into your energy, I feel all this like I feel like back and forth, like I'm feeling two answers. I'm feeling confusion. Like I literally get a little bit dizzy. And I felt like a in front of my heart chakra, I felt like a whirlwind. So it really feels like you are so God, I honestly I'm excited for you because I feel like you are taking the next level intuitively. I feel you going into spiritual work. I don't know if you already do it, but I feel like it. I haven't read your second sentence yet, but I feel like you going into spiritual work and doing something in that area. But for now, I just it feels like you are so confused by his wants, desires, fears, everything that you just really need to separate the two energies. And I'm glad you agree that this is a lesson because I feel like you're supposed to learn how to separate energies. Champagne. Wow, I was just looking at your pendulum. How crazy you said that one. Yeah, you do. But this is the thing is you can make a pendulum out of anything. You just don't want it to be like something held on a like double. So if you have, say you have a medallion that you wear all the time, or like St. Christopher's or something, clip it into. I don't have a necklace on right now, so I can't grab it. But clip it onto the necklace, and use that. But don't keep it on a loop, and you don't want it to be too long. You just want to keep it kind of short. I think that's about the longest I ever. Like you can take just a medallion, a medal. This is my Saint Archangel Michael, and just do it like that. Like you don't have to go out and buy. I personally, I love my crystal pendulum, but I don't use my crystal pendulum because crystals work off of energy, and I feel like it connects too much to my like I can influence it too much by thinking and not being neutral. And using a wood pendulum to me helps me remain more neutral and grounded. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Tango Tango. Blah blah. Now I'm wondering if I'll get into a relationship anytime soon. What did Eddie say? Didn't Eddie see the kiss at midnight for you? Okay, so it's almost 10 o'clock. Let me just see if there's anything. Oh, Mallory, you definitely need energy work around that question. With your, I don't want to say your question. I want to keep your privacy. So I don't want it to be recorded. But with your, oh, thank you, Champagne. Thanks for sending love. With your, and yes, Champagne, you can turn anything into a pendulum. With your situation, there's a lot of variables and there's a lot of free will going on because we have the child, we have another parent, we have possibly a judge, a lawyer, blah, 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 blah. So with all of those variables, it's hard to find an answer because that's a lot of different energy. So for you, I would definitely recommend working with a spiritual response therapist because they are able to have they work with their guides, and it's a clearing of the whole energy. I could read your energy. I could read the child's. I could read, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But a spiritual response therapist, which I'm actually just like super interested in learning how to do, they can clear the energy of the whole situation. So, while you have all of this happening all around you with all these people, yeah, I know I have too many crystals, they're able to work with their pendulum and their guidebook and their spirits. And then they're able to, their guides, everything, and they're able to clear the energy of the whole situation. So, because this is a powerful, powerful energy situation, it's not going to be done in one session. You would have to have multiple sessions. Again, it's yoursacredblueprint.com. Her name is Beverly Friend. She does not have any social media, or I would direct you there. Beatrice, will you message me on Instagram? I want you to meet my teacher that helped me figure out how to process all the energy I felt around me and process filtering it out, grounding, healing. I learned healing from her. I don't practice it on YouTube. I only do healing for my family members because it takes so much out of me physically, because I am such a compassionate, it's crazy. Like I'm too nice. I'm too compassionate that healings drain me. I feel like you'd be a much stronger healer than I am because your physical body would be able to handle it a lot better than my physical body does. Um, I really think you would enjoy working with the lady I worked with. Her name's Margaret. But just message me on Instagram, Psychic Gen B, and just find me on Instagram, and I will give you all her information. Kelly, I'm sorry, I'm wrapping up. I've been on an hour. I'm so sorry, but I know it's been so long since I've been on again, and I'm trying to respect myself and my time. And otherwise, I would just do this all day for free, but I need to, respect myself and my time. But I will be back on, I swear, in a couple weeks. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I swear. I plan to be on in a couple weeks. So come back and watch again. And thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's Beatrice. That's what I'm saying is it's a year-long course, and taking this course teaches you where to start. Because honestly, Beatrice, well, we can talk about this. You message me. We'll talk about this. But everybody else, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys taking time out to tune in, for trusting me with your energy and with your questions. And trust, and I thank you so much for you respecting the fact that there's just some questions that aren't acceptable for me to answer. I don't feel good about answering. And thank you for listening to my rant about twin flames and me thinking they're bullshit. So guys, thank you so much for your subscriptions. You're amazing. Please keep going out into the world and making it a better place.